The annals of Misty Peak will remember this day not for the revelry, but for the tremor it left in the hearts of those who witnessed it. The sky, once a void of black pierced with purple fire, has returned to a blinding white, yet the echoes of that colossal bell linger like a whispered warning. In recap. Martial God Asura, Chapter 9 and 85, 986, Ling steps forth from the floating palace, her breakthrough to martial lord shimmering like a blade against the sun, while Chu Feng awakens, whole and steady, amidst the tide of celebration. But joy is never without shadow. Yafei's body lies beyond repair, a consciousness suspended in limbo, and even among allies, subtle unease creeps into eyes that should only shine with triumph. As the First Immortal watches with restrained hope and Huangfu Haoyue approaches with unknown intent, the stage is set for a reckoning that will stretch from loyalty to vengeance, from heart to heaven. The calm of victory is only a prelude. The storm waits patiently. The heavens above had once shone bright with the pure light of day, but now a shroud of darkness crept across the sky. It was not a void of absolute blackness, for streaks of violet fire lingered, pulsing with an otherworldly brilliance that set the heavens ablaze. These glowing arcs stretched without end, a cosmic tapestry of power that dazzled and terrified in equal measure. Suspended within this celestial glow hung a massive bell, its form faint yet unmistakable, a harbinger of destruction, commanding both awe and reverence from all who gazed upon it. Yet, surprisingly, not a single soul in the mortal realm trembled. Instead, faces glowed with anticipation, eyes sparkling with exhilaration. They recognized the source of this immense power, and their hearts leapt with joy. Gradually, the formidable spectacle began to recede. The purple radiance surged inward, retreating back into the floating tower. As the light vanished, so too did the suffocating darkness, revealing once more the vast expanse of white sky stretching across countless miles. The moment the glow dissipated, the doors of the floating palace began to creak open. From within, a figure emerged, moving with grace as if descending from the heavens themselves. Clad in a flowing purple robe that complemented her slender, ethereal form, her presence radiated serenity and power. She was a vision of divine beauty. Ling, now a martial lord, having ascended from the ranks of the heaven realm. Though her rank was but the first step, her aura left no doubt. A true martial lord had arisen. "Haha, Ling, did it succeed?" came the chorus of familiar voices. Su Ru, Su Mei, and others hastened forward, their excitement palpable. Ling met their eager gazes with a gentle, heart-stirring smile, nodding firmly. The joy that erupted from the crowd was a living thing, filling the air with exhilaration. They had witnessed the strength of a divine body in Tantai Shui, and now Ling, too, bore this sacred gift. Her potential had awakened fully, hinting that soon there might emerge another figure to rival even the legendary Tantai Shui. Amid the celebration, Ling's eyes caught a familiar figure standing at the entrance of Misty Peak. Without hesitation, she leapt forward, gliding through the air toward him. "Chu Feng!" Her voice rang clear, calling out his name. The crowd's attention followed her movement, and as they glimpsed Chu Feng, joy surged like wildfire. Faces lit up. The long-awaited reunion drew hearts near. Chu Shui Fuyan, Chu Yue, and all who stood by felt their elation multiply, surrounding Chu Feng with warmth and concern. "Chu Feng, you finally awakened. Are you in pain? Any discomfort at all?" Ling's eyes roamed over him with careful scrutiny, her concern tender yet intense. "Fear not, I am fully healed," Chu Feng replied, a light smile gracing his lips as he reached out to caress her soft hair. "Ling, congratulations. You freed yourself from the heaven-gripping pellet." A blush of happiness colored her face, yet it was overshadowed by relief at his awakening. Without hesitation, she sprang into his arms. Chu Feng, though surrounded by countless witnesses, did not resist. He enfolded her with care, a protective embrace that spoke of deep connection. Those who observed felt their hearts swell. Joy mirrored in every face, for such reunions were rare, treasures of fate in the chaotic weave of life and death. Though Ling's cultivation breakthrough was remarkable, the world understood that Chu Feng's awakening was a victory worth greater celebration. Inevitably, festivities followed. A grand banquet spread across the halls, work set aside, cups raised in unison, laughter and mirth echoing through the air. Chu Feng and Ling remained the center of attention, yet his eyes roamed, ever vigilant. Amid the sea of familiar faces, he discerned an anomaly, an unexpected presence. The First Immortal, former leader of the 9 immortals of the Immortal Execution Archipelago, stood quietly among them. He had, by exceptional circumstances, remained at Misty Peak to aid Chu Feng, surviving against the tide of death itself. Even amidst the revelry, Chu Feng sensed unease shadowing the First Immortal's countenance, an almost imperceptible worry, a trace of helplessness hidden beneath measured composure. "Sister Fuyan, where is Yafei?" he asked, confusion tinting his tone. Chu Fuyan's voice trembled slightly. "Chu Feng, her physical body has been destroyed. It will be nearly impossible to reconstruct. My mother, she lied to the First Immortal." Chu Feng's brow furrowed in surprise. "Lied? So Yafei hasn't been revived?" "She was deceived. Her body cannot be restored, yet she will not vanish. Though her flesh is gone, her consciousness remains within Misty Peak. She may continue existing in this form," Fuyan explained, a soft sorrow in her words. Understanding flickered in Chu Feng's gaze. The First Immortal's helplessness, born of love for his granddaughter, now became clear. Despite his unparalleled might, he had failed to grant her life fully. Guilt tugged at Chu Feng's heart. Had it not been for the First Immortal's sacrifices, Chu Feng's own path, his cultivation of the immortal transference mysterious technique and triumph over Xianxia and Murong Mingqian, might have been impossible. Resolved, he made a silent vow. One day, when his cultivation bore fruit, he would return to the Eastern Sea region. He would restore Yafei's body, repaying the debt owed to the First Immortal. With that determination firm, Chu Feng approached the First Immortal, bowing deeply, remorse etched across his features. "Senior, I offer my apologies for Yafei." The First Immortal's gaze softened. "This is not your fault. I bear no blame toward Lady Piao Miao. Without her, my granddaughter would not have survived. Though it is but a consciousness, at least she remains to converse with me." "I will find a way," Chu Feng swore, his voice unwavering. "Once I enter the holy land of martialism, I will seek the technique to revive Yafei, I promise." Gratitude, unspoken yet profound, shone in the First Immortal's eyes. He nodded slowly, acknowledging the young cultivator's resolve. "Then I shall wait for your return," he murmured, a faint smile tracing his lips. Before Chu Feng could dwell further, a voice rang out, commanding attention. He turned to see 2 figures approaching. Chu Fuyan, serene and radiant, and Huangfu Haoyue, imposing and steady as a mountain. "Chu Feng," Huangfu Haoyue said with measured calm, "I wish to speak with you in private. Do you have a moment?" And so, beneath the vast expanse of a sky now restored to light, the threads of destiny wove tighter, promising trials, revelations, and the relentless pursuit of mastery in the immortal path. In the boundless expanse of the sky, where clouds swirled like ink over parchment, a long-awaited meeting was about to unfold, a meeting that had been written in the threads of fate long before either of them drew breath. Chu Feng's heart thundered with a wild, irrepressible excitement. The moment had come. "Senior Huangfu," he whispered to the wind, his voice trembling with anticipation, "we finally meet again." A smile, raw and uncontainable, spread across his face, a reflection of years of longing and uncertainty. Huangfu Haoyue, serene as a mountain lake at dawn, returned a light smile. His gaze, however, held depths that few could fathom. With a gentle motion, he spoke to Chu Fuyan, whose concern was etched into her very presence. "Fuyan, wait here." His eyes then shifted, sharp and assessing, toward Chu Feng. "Chu Feng, come with me." The wind roared around them as Huangfu Haoyue ascended, effortlessly into the heavens. Chu Feng followed without hesitation, their forms cutting through the air like streaks of lightning. Soon, the distant horizon swallowed them, leaving the gathering crowd behind in a mix of apprehension and awe. Every face reflected silent concern. They knew this conversation would mark a pivotal turn in Chu Feng's journey. They traveled far, beyond the reach of prying eyes, until they finally came to rest in a secluded place, shrouded in shadows and the quiet hum of hidden energy. Here, Huangfu Haoyue's scrutiny fell upon Chu Feng. His gaze a careful examination mingled with emotions too complex for words. Pride, sorrow, and memories tinged with regret. After a long, weighty silence, he finally nodded. "You've grown. The mission I bore, it is complete." Chu Feng's voice trembled with urgency and hunger for truth. "Senior Huangfu, can you tell me everything now?" Huangfu Haoyue's lips curved into a faint, knowing smile. "The truth?" he murmured, almost to himself. "You mean, who I was, and from where I brought you to the 9 provinces?" "Yes," Chu Feng replied, eyes blazing with unyielding curiosity. "Everything, from the moment I entered the heavenly road to the moment I left. I want to know it all." Huangfu Haoyue inhaled slowly, letting a deep, reverent exhale escape him. "If you truly desire the whole story, then I must begin at the very beginning." His voice carried the weight of centuries as he recounted. In the days of old, the burning heaven church ventured into the heavenly road, yearning to reach the sacred martial Holy Land, seeking enlightenment and unparalleled cultivation. But we misjudged the path. His gaze darkened. The heavenly road is no mere passage. It is a crucible. Obstacles rose like living shadows, and the toll was devastating. Millions of our brethren perished. I alone survived. Chu Feng's heart pounded. Obstacles, death. What did you face, Senior Huangfu? Huangfu Haoyue's expression hardened, his eyes distant. "I cannot name it precisely, but know this. Chu Feng, if you prepare to enter the heavenly road yourself, be warned. It will test you beyond your limits. The courage in your heart must be absolute." He paused, as if weighing the enormity of his words. "We dared because we held a sliver of confidence. Long ago, one of our ancestors of the Burning Heaven Church discovered a stone tablet among ancient ruins. On it, the secret of the heavenly road was inscribed. It read, 'To enter the heavenly road is to defy heaven itself. Those who enter take half a step in life, half in death. Those who retreat are utterly lost.'" Chu Feng repeated the words, tasting their weight. Half in life, half in death. No retreat, so the path is perilous, and only by advancing without fear can one hope to reach the martial Holy Land. Exactly. Huangfu Haoyue's voice was solemn, echoing like a whisper among the heavens. The first part of the road lures with calm, deceiving us with hope. But as we ventured deeper, horrors beyond imagination emerged. Creatures, vast in number, grotesque in form, unknown in nature. Their power was immense. They sought to crush every soul. Chu Feng leaned in, feeling the chill of fear brush against him. How did you survive?" "By courage alone." Huangfu Haoyue's eyes darkened, shadowed with memory. Any flicker of fear would mean instant death. Most 70% succumbed, turning back in blind terror, only to be consumed, only a sliver. Those who embraced fearless advance survived the first trial. But the second wave was no less cruel. It appeared weaker, but it demanded more. Our Pope fell first, slain mercilessly. Panic consumed the rest. I fled. Huangfu Haoyue's breathing grew uneven, his voice trembling with the recollection. And then, I stumbled upon a place unlike any other. The air there. It was suffused with a presence I cannot fully describe. The architecture, the aura, it cast unease into the soul. Fear? No. Fear is too simple a word. Terrifying? Still insufficient. That place was holy. Chu Feng remained silent, sensing the weight of the revelation, letting the story wash over him like a storm-laden wind. Huangfu Haoyue's eyes softened as they met Chu Feng's. It was in that sacred, formidable place that our fates intertwined. That is where you and I first met. The wind whispered through the distant peaks, carrying with it the echoes of trials, of courage and loss, and of a bond forged in the crucible of the heavenly road. And in that moment, Chu Feng understood. The path ahead would demand everything he had, and perhaps all he was yet to become.